So I just went to the post office to drop off some books that I sold, and now I'm just walking around downtown. I think I might grab something to eat, but I was thinking, like, sometimes I just have these moments where I'm like, damn, you know what, like, I really love myself. Like, I'm so cool and complex and like deep. Like, what I was actually just thinking about just then was my birth chart. I feel like this looks cool, like, because there's just like light glowing behind me. I was thinking about my birth chart and how like my sun and moon, like my more like outer placements are like masculine energy signs, because like air and fire is masculine and water and earth is supposed to be like feminine. So I was thinking like I have like a masculine outer core, but like my inner placements, like my Venus and Mars, are in earth and water, which tells me that like in relationships I'm much more feminine, but like in my outer expression I am more masculine. That's what I was thinking about. And then I just was thinking like, oh, that's cool. And like I was also thinking about how, you know, a lot of people believe, oh, I just passed by the place I wanted to go, but we're gonna walk around the block so you can stay in the glow. How like people believe that we choose, like our souls choose our human bodies to like incarnate onto earth. And I was like, okay, so if I was like a soul, like just energy, and I was looking at like me, like my birth chart, my personality, like who I am, I would choose me too. Like I would choose me. I'm interesting and I'm strong. So yeah, that was my thought, like my little self-love thought. And now we're gonna go get a rice bowl. This is my bowl. And this is where I'm sitting. They set up like a disco ball in Pioneer Square for some reason. I don't know if they're planning on having a party. And then there's like a couple white trees for winter, I guess? Or like spring winter, because it's February. Because like those haven't been up there forever. Like during Christmas there's like a Christmas tree. So I don't know what that is, but yeah. Okay, I think the last video I took on here was me sitting in Pioneer Square eating my bowl, and then I was gonna go home and like talk to you about how my adolescence was filled with me like using sex as a way to get people to like me and remember me, but then I like started to film it and I had like music playing in the background, and so I couldn't use that. So now I'm going to the farmer's market for the first time. You can see me. Yeah. I'm going to the farmer's market right now for the first time in like a couple of months, because I had this job that was forcing me to wake up at 6 a.m. every Saturday, and this is the only farmer's market that happens during the winter. So my boyfriend was having to go with me, but he like works overnight, and so it was just like a horrible situation because he was like exhausted. So having the best drinking chocolate. It's like sugar-free, vegan, something, or not like sugar-free, but like refined sugar-free. So I'm not sure what it has, coconut sugar or something. It's like, I know I'm like, I need to get cacao, like drinking cacao. I've been thinking about it, but I've been like, no, I have like too many other like expensive things that I'm addicted to. But drinking this, it's so good. I wonder what it looks like. So I'm really excited because I think I'm gonna like actually start making YouTube videos more soon. I did a, well, first of all, I'm really oily, and yeah, I just got out of the shower. There's coconut oil on my body and rose hip oil on my face. And I look a little, I'm wondering if this is like from the way my diet lately, because I was intermittently fasting like towards the beginning of the month, and I like had this full like awakening and was like intermittently fasting and eating very healthy, drinking a lot of juice, and I still do that, but like I broke up with my partner and was feeling really good about it. Felt like it was the right decision and like it was gonna lead me into a direction I wanted to go. And I still feel that way, but like he's like officially like moving out, and we've been like spending more time together, and like when we used to hang out, we used to like really just like watch like Netflix and like hang out and like cuddle and like eat snacks, and something about his presence like just brings that out in me. Like when I get really stoned and like start overthinking my life and getting kind of depressed, I like want to hang out with him and like just eat snacks, and like that's like part of the reason why we're breaking up, is because like we like sent each other into a rut. So anyway, I fell off my health wagon and have just been like, fuck it, like I want to eat the cravings that I have, and like I'm really like stubborn. So like yesterday I ate like chips, and then I had ice cream, and then I even had pizza. Like I was trying to like exercise like the cravings out of me. Like that's like my approach, is like either I'm like really strong and spiritual and like see like a purpose for eating healthy and fasting and like dealing with the little discomforts that come up, you know, that we usually want to push down with like ice cream or pizza or whatever. Oh God, I hope you didn't see anything. Or I'm like, fuck it, like I'm a human, I'm a hedonist, I can eat all of this, and like that's fine. And even like let me eat like let me eat all of it so it's like not in my house anymore, because he's officially like started moving his stuff, so he'll be like gone by like tomorrow. So I'm trying to get like the junk food out by tomorrow or something as well. Also, Hailey Baldwin once said that the best skincare routine makes you look like a glazed donut. So pause. Okay, we're in my little tube outfit now. Look at this painting that I've been working on. I mean, okay, so I don't know if it's like a painting. I'm trying to like do more large scale stuff because it like inspires me more. And it's just very experimental, obviously. But I did start doing those kind of strokes, which is like different for me. Usually I'm like really like haphazard and like scribbly. And I was just like, you know, why am I like so stressed? There's always plants in the stuff I do. Like, I think that I'm gonna use plants as like a starting point for a lot more abstract stuff because I struggle. Boy, do I struggle to I don't know, like start abstract stuff and then like feel connected to it. Which is frustrating because I never had that problem with photography. Like, I always felt connected to what I was taking photos of because it was usually me or my friends or like something that I'm looking at with my eyes that I'm like, this is important. But when it comes to, we're getting some juice to try and counteract all of the terrible things that we ate yesterday. And then we're going to get matcha because when it rains it pours, and like, let's have some caffeine to try and clear ourselves out. And then we're gonna go to the farmer's market. I have so much organic apple juice. It's like one of the main things that I focus on trying to get for myself. So I was trying to get people to buy for me. It's okay, I look fine. I am trying to just like find like an easier way to connect with the abstract stuff I do, because I really like doing abstract stuff. Abstract is like some of the stuff that I'm like the most drawn to. When I see other people do it, and I'm just like really self-critical and like need like a purpose and a meaning for stuff. So I think plants is like a good place to start. I'm always really inspired when I'm in nature. I love plants. They're important, but they're also like really abstract. Like, I wasn't looking at any plants when I was doing this. They're just our plants, like leaves kind of in that kind of like lead it along. Like they can turn abstract really easily. But also I've noticed that, I've noticed that a lot of abstract artists, like when I look at stuff that's written about them or stuff that they've said about themselves or whatever, they often have a really, they're very like spiritual people who are connected to something else, something metaphysical, the divine. Like, there's philosophical, oftentimes they're like even somewhat scientific about their beliefs and like their study of the world, and like that informs how they make work and what they make work about, and like often where they start. So I think that is probably what I will try, because I was never like, always been a very philosophical person, existential person, I would say. But it was just very like introspective, and like the last few years I've become really spiritual for my own healing and sanity's sake. And so I think that and it makes a lot of sense, like, why I'm putting this here, because like, I feel like it like makes you look cuter, so you can distract from like my pimples. It makes sense. Like, photography is a very like literal, tangible, like realistic art form, and it makes sense that that's like my first like the first thing I did, because I like lived in one reality. And even when I would paint, I would paint like the photos that I would take, and I would just kind of abstract them. Like, I kind of had like a Keith Haring like color style back in the day. That's not important, but I would paint my friends, and then I would just kind of get rid of like some of the more realistic details, like photos that I'd taken of my friends, or like, that's what I remember. That's mostly. I even went to some life drawing classes a few times, but it was very much like referential of actual human form in front of me. Like life in front of me. Like, I was like, let me document like what I'm seeing. But abstract is not necessarily about that. You can like abstract, like distort what you're looking at, and I could start there. It's just usually I don't want to do that with anything other than plants. I think it would be like almost easier and like more fun, more meaningful for me if I birthed some sort of creative practice from spirituality and from like the abstract like places that I go in my head, rather than like going outside and like trying to distort like a building. Like, I'm just looking at a building right now and I'm like, what is even out there? Like, what would I like? It just doesn't sound as good. I'm sure I would have already done that. So yeah. And I like really large scale stuff because it's never has to be like just one thing. Like, you can like work a lot in like one part of the piece, or the canvas, or the paper, and then you can work in another. And like, you could be like, if you get sick of one area, you just go to another. I always think that bigger is better when it comes to art, and like when it comes to like really fleshing out your ideas. Like, maybe if I like knew exactly what I wanted to do on like a small canvas, it would be fine, but like, when is that gonna happen? I turned the radio on. I hope it's okay that I'm listening to the classical radio station, and like, this doesn't count as getting fucking copyrighted. That'd be crazy. Like, if you can like not play the radio, well, just like regular radio. Like, I don't know, does anyone care like classical and like jazz like copywriting? Okay, we'll have another cup of organic fresh pressed orange juice, and I'll just say this like probably one last thing. The reason I got very sidetracked, because I have like 100 things I have to say, and that'll probably happen a lot. The reason, this is why, in case you're wondering, the reason that I had this idea, I don't know if I mentioned, but like, I've been wanting to have like a speaking project for like a little while. I've worked a lot on healing like my, I don't know, honesty, throat chakra, arena. And but I want to practice more so that I really like know what I am here to say. And I had this idea for a podcast because like, it just sounded like kind of a nice, like relaxing thing to do. Is this loud? Hello? It sounded like, so podcast sounded like a really nice, like chill, relaxing thing to do, because like I can just like sit and talk into a microphone and it's like very almost like sensual. I like my voice, people like my voice. I don't have to worry about like looking at myself. This hasn't been so bad, so I think this will be fine. But I did a poll and most people said they wanted me to do YouTube, which I was like, whatever. I have a reason for wanting to do a podcast. You guys will see. Here's the reason. The reason would be that people could like just play it in the background and like it wouldn't have to be so serious. Like you wouldn't have to be like putting on my YouTube video and like theoretically like paying attention to it, because like I can ramble on. These will probably be like at least half an hour, like pretty regularly. And so the podcast would be like, I mean, these could be up to an hour, and so would the podcast. So like, which are you more likely to watch, I guess? I thought it would be like a nice, like chill, like background thing. And then it would also help me. But like, I had this realization, and it's that, first of all, I like visual stuff. I can do more with visual stuff. It can be like not just about me talking, because like it's rarely about just what I'm saying. It's about like my whole existence and like how it feels to be in my world, and why do you want to be here, and like that's why you're listening to me. It's not rarely just about what I'm saying, because if you just listen to what I'm saying, it's probably gonna like be it could be a lot of things. It could be illuminating, but it could also be like annoying and like contradictory. And like, isn't this more fun to look at like me holding my ribbon with like that purple orb back there? I mean, that's debatable. I don't know. But what I will say is that I think it's more likely that I will be like kind of a bumbling mess, like roaming around, like moving around, like mid somewhere when I realize I have something to say, than it is that I'm going to be able to or want to sit down at a microphone for like an hour, like once a week, and just say everything. Like I'm ADHD, probably. I don't know. I don't get diagnoses besides like a PTSD diagnosis a long time ago. Sorry, parents. I have PTSD. No, I'm all good now. I cough because the universe knows I'm lying. Oh really, I'm like so much better. I really am. I'm not like good, but like I'm like so much better. So much better. Like the fact that I can speak right now, incredible. Yeah, I think it's more likely that I will have more sporadic things to say, and will want to do them while I'm out, will want to show you something. So I think that y'all are right, you know. They probably like said YouTube because they knew that this would be the best avenue for someone like me. So yeah, that's what we're gonna go with. And if this turns into like a podcast, like if I really find like a voice, then I don't see why I wouldn't be able to like sit down and like talk into a microphone. And like I would love to have conversations with people, because I love, I wouldn't say I love, but like I love talking to people. I love psychology. Let's say that. I love psychology, psychological experiments. Sometimes if that means talking to people, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, who knows what it means. Yeah. Let's go get some matcha, go to the farmer's market, get some bougie things to try and have a healthier week. My friend is moving in on Tuesday. I work tomorrow and the day after at my stupid little beautiful fucking day job that I'm so grateful for. I don't like, we say grateful when we want more of things. I'm so grateful for my wine bar job and my gallery job and my bookstore job, and for everyone watching my YouTube channel and for buying my paintings. I'm so grateful for everyone buying my paintings, and I'm so grateful for everyone buying my zines of writing that I will put out. Thank you.